think I'm on. Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Monotalk. It is March 6th, 2024. And we're going to run through a few things here. What are we running through? There's a lot to go over. Let's go here real quick because I want to see what was going on here besides this commercial. What's going on? Let's see more. Let me see. This is Reuters. This is recent. The Republicans control U.S. House represented legislation funding much of the federal government, and yet another threat of partial shutdown looms. So, what was the verdict? I want to hear what's happened here. Hang on.
The Republican-controlled U.S. House of Representatives on Wednesday passed legislation funding a broad swath of the federal government through the fiscal year that began in October, as yet another threat of a partial shutdown looms. The 1,050-page cluster of bills would keep programs running at huge federal bureaucracies, including the Departments of Agriculture, Justice, Transportation, and Housing and Urban Development. Also affected are construction projects at military bases and care for veterans. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson had to rely on support from opposition Democrats to get the massive legislation passed.
The Honorable Mike Johnson.
Since becoming Speaker in October after the ouster of Kevin McCarthy, Johnson has had a difficult time governing because of his paper-thin 219 to 213 majority. Hardline House Freedom Caucus members urged fellow Republicans to oppose the bill, saying in a statement that it will bust spending caps enacted last June and punts on nearly every single Republican policy priority. Congress is over 5 months late in accomplishing its most basic task of passing full-year government funding measures. Passage of the 6 bills would open the way for lawmakers to move on the other remaining 6 bills by a March 22nd deadline. The bill now goes to the Senate for passage by Friday, before a midnight deadline.
All right. So it's still up for grabs, and I'm talking about the United States. You guys, some of you probably don't understand that. But as I've been saying, is the let me get to this. Well, gosh, what the heck is going on here? Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, nope. Profile. What did I say? Why is this thing taking forever? You know. Yeah.
Our government, corrupted government. Our government.
What did I say there? What am I saying? What am I saying? And why has everything disappeared? God, every time I open up OBS now, it's gone. Everything, it's like resets itself. Maybe I need the update. Not sure. Don't care. Until now. Oh, God. Okay. There we go. All right. Here are some crumbs to distract you and keep you satiated. I think that's the right way to spell it. While I pass a treasonous bipartisan bill. And this is what I'm concerned about. Speaker Mike Johnson to release 5,000 hours of January 6th close circuit TV footage. Right, just, you know, here's a few crumbs for you. Here's a few crumbs. These are really, my strawberries. My strawberries are getting to me. Oh. Anyway, so we already know January 6th was a complete setup, and we know that both the House and the Senate, basically all of Washington, D.C. is owned by all these people here. See all these people? These are called donors, lobbyists, and special interests, right? the PACs, the this, the that, the. And they also have these people here called the World Economic Forum, right? They also, switch that over to there and put that over here. They're also part of these people here. That's it. There it is. This is all this that rules all these people in here. Okay, have a good day. Good night. Mic drop. Bye-bye. Boom. Yeah, that's basically what's happening. And we don't get shit, right? I mean, let's send billions more to Ukraine. Let's forget about Maui. Let's send billions more to some other war. Haiti starting back up. You know, I'm sure Haiti loves that. And wherever else. Sudan is now in the fucking picture. And, you know, just coup after orchestrated war. After this, you know, you got to keep those coffers stuffed so they can send their money out to the pedo-predator class, global pedo-predator class. It's just fucking just keeps going. It just keeps going. And it's going to get worse this year. You know, it's, like I'm saying it here, anything bipartisan, why isn't this clicking? Anything bipartisan is treason right now. If you want to know. Here are the traitors who voted to give $95 billion aid to the Ukraine, Israel, basically the World Economic Forum and their agenda, and zero to the American people. All the Democrats except for Peter Welch and Jeff Merkley, interesting, and all these senators here. This was a few weeks ago. This is how it always works. Well, there's the House, the Senate, and you just saw there, in regards to the votes, on this, where did I go with it? It's right here. You need to get to the beginning of it. Where are we at? There we go. Nope, that's not where we're at. Where are we here? Sorry. Oh, too far. Who's that idiot? Okay, right here. So, on motion to suspend the rules and agree, it's H Resolution 1061. Republicans 132, nays 83, Democrats 207, to whatever. Okay. I just, the more, the money that goes out, and I've been saying this for a long time now, the money that goes out, where the fuck did I go? Jesus Christ. Not that it matters. Holy lordy. The money that goes out. Why is this a border on the side here? This is so weird. Anyway. Where do you think that money goes? You know what? It doesn't go to us. It goes to the military-industrial complex, Big Pharma, you know, everywhere but the American people. Helps people out like Bill Gates and you know, Elon Musk and just all kinds. You just fucking name it. It keeps the rich richer and keeps the poor poor. That's basically what we're seeing here. And that's just a no-brainer. That's just a no-brainer. I don't know how else to tell you. You know, if you go to represent.us, represent.us, and go in there and look for a little video, it says that there was a Rice University study back in 16 or something, like 2015, 2016. 70%, 72 or 73% of all the bills passed by Congress benefit themselves, and the lobbyists, and big everything. big banks, big pharma, big military industrial complex, blah, 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 blah. That's it. And it's got extremely worse since then. It's only gotten much worse. And people are starting to like, well, what? You know, I just had it out. I'm going to tell you guys what just happened. I just had it out with my taxes. And this was from 2016. Out of nowhere, I've got this letter that they're coming after me for $763.54. I'm like, what? Anyway, I set up a payment arrangement, but what the fuck? I'm like, so that was state tax in California. The federal tax I always take care of, which I'm surprised I'm even doing that. And a lot of people really don't want to pay federal tax. Right? Back in 2016, I could understand paying taxes. Things were a little better for state. You know, it was a little better. Things were moving a little. It wasn't perfect. It's certainly not perfect now. It's like the opposite of perfect. But there are people now that don't want to pay federal taxes. And they're saying, why do we keep giving these people money? They keep giving themselves raises. And nothing's happening for us. We still have this insurmountable debt. You know, 84 going on 85 trillion, $34 trillion in debt. The border is horrific. You know, don't even get me started on the amount of children that are missing out of the border. These kids are being moved around, and all of a sudden they're gone into the United States. Nobody knows where they're at. They're gone. And it seems like the Democrats don't give a shit. They don't care. It's just, and the only people bringing this up are the Republicans, which is, thankfully, somebody's fucking talking about. But, I mean, the list I could go through in regards to the prices of gas, the prices of food, the prices of steak, even the prices of vegetables and fruits is pretty bad. You know, and then you got Bill Gates waiting in the darkness in the background, waiting, you know, when the fucking USDA that stamps your beef is giving the okay for Bill Gates to put out his Simple Foods and Good Meats. These are two of his companies. Simple Foods and Good Meats, lab-grown meat. If you've had a porterhouse steak, or if you've had a, you know, big T-bone steak from a real, like, I mean, or just brisket, whatever, your body just feels satisfied. It is the most satisfying, you know, when I eat a lobster, you know, cooked lobster, not a raw lobster, or crab legs, Alaskan king crab legs, which is very rare these days. My body just feels like it's satisfied. But as soon as I eat potato chips or cereal or drink a Coca-Cola or something like that, I feel like I'm beating it up, or I'm giving, you know, if I eat like crappy peanut butter, I mean, I have jelly, Welch's jelly and Jiffy peanut butter, because I like having peanut butter and milk every once in a while, which is my nightcap and fave. And the problem is that is so bad for you. It's so bad for you. But it's okay. And it, in moderation, like real moderation, like it's okay. But not to get on a total tangent about food, but the point that I'm making is everything's fucking backwards. Everything's wrong. And it was by design. You know, I was trying to explain to somebody at work the other day, you know, margarine is a molecule away from fucking oil. It has 27 properties to paint. Margarine. And everybody was on this. And vegetable oil is just the worst for you. It's connected to dementia and all this other stuff. Because the body has been processing lard and tallow for hundreds of thousands of years. You know, or whatever religion you're from, or whatever. A long ass fucking time. We've been cooking with lard. We've been frying with lard. We've been frying with tallow. We've been cooking with tallow. They've been bottling it. They've been saving it. Right? I got a thing of... I got a couple pounds of hamburger the other day. It was 2080, right? And I'm just like, that's a lot of fat. But what happened is all the fat, I strained the fat. I strained the fat from that meat. And you know what happened? I used it to make French fries. And then I used it the next day to make, out of real potatoes. I sliced up, they're like potato wedges. Anyway. And then I used it a little bit for eggs. And then I still have some left. We're not... Okay. You know who Amos Miller is? I think, is it Amos Miller? He's a Amish... Is it Amos Johnson or Amos Miller? Anyway, this guy who's been selling the purest tallow, the purest lard, the purest vegetables, the purest foods for years and years. He gets raided, and they go after him. The judge, all Democrats, all fucking Democrats, decide to take this man down. And why? Why do you... There's not a single complaint. How many complaints do you think Kroger's gets per day on their food? Probably 20 or 30, right? And I'm just talking in a county. You know, this guy was spotless. His freaking food, I've never had it, but I've seen all the reviews. I watched a couple of tapes on it. I mentioned a few days ago. And they shut him down. You know, we have a big problem in this country, and it's called honesty. I think I want to use honesty. And the reason why I want to use honesty, because I think we're not being honest with ourselves. You know, I've got, things locally, things far away, just all kinds of stuff. There are people that just aren't honest with themselves. You know, I want to make sure that when people are being in a position of power, like a legislator, a judiciary, an executive, a mayor, a governor, a president, right? Judiciary, like a judge, right? Or maybe somebody like a lawyer or whatever. I just think that honesty is just disappearing. It's so weird. It's, we can't... They're not honest. We just found out that fucking Cheerios has this god-awful chemical in it. And it's still on the shelves. Like, brain-damaging, terrible... I can't pronounce it, but look it up. Cheerios, chemical found... Honey Nut Cheerios, I think. I'm not sure. I think it was Honey Nut Cheerios. And I'm sure there's so much more. And there's just tons of this stuff everywhere. And I think it's the honesty of the label as well, because now they can claim that it's organic, but it's not really organic. This is fucking amazing. You got Adam Schiff running against Steve Garvey, the baseball player. Now, I don't know what Steve Garvey knows. I know nothing about that guy, but if you know about Adam Schiff, you should never vote for fucking Adam Schiff. The guy is just... He's the Russiagate guy. Which he still claims was real. Even though there's an insurmountable fucking ginormous mountainous pile of actual, provable, factual, completely unequivocal information to show that Russiagate was crap. It was not real. It was wrong. It was an attack on somebody. And yet he's still in office. How honest is that? What's the title of this fucking show? I think I put in the wrong show. I think I put in the wrong title. God damn it, what did I put? I think I put something like, what did I put? Trump needs a supermajority. Okay, I'm going to get to that. Yeah. Don't get excited, people. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm kind of going off course. But anyway, let me get back to it. Let me get back to hand. So this, it's just the honesty. And the thing that got me today pretty heavily was I'm watching, this guy was, I gotta show you this. It's fucking epic. Give me a second. You know, I gotta scroll. Look at that. Billy Carson's pretty smart dude. Yes, I do watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think it's funny. Yes, there is a gay captain. I'm okay with that. He's a great actor. I love chess. I like the hot chicks in chess. And look, Trump's got this new. He's got a great marketing team. That guy's great. Check products out with Project Forum. This guy's fucking brilliant. Where was it? I'm going down, losing track of what the fuck I was talking about. Hang on. Here it is right here. You gotta watch this.
And we
yeah. No,
and it is a
it's not a commercial. Hold on. Oh, this is good.
no choice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And we have no choice.
Yeah, okay. I will say that it is a decision that we revisit constantly in terms of the balance between allowing somebody to knowingly lie on your air about things they've lied about before and you can predict they are going to lie about. And so therefore it is just, it's irresponsible to broadcast.
Excuse me, Rachel. You sit here every day crying about democracy being in danger. And now you're sitting here, live on air, censoring the presidential nominee. Here's what you should do. Go fuck yourself.
That guy's fucking amazing. That guy is fucking awesome. Yeah, for sure. See, here's the thing. I'm just, everything that they've been saying and telling me for decades. Remember, I was a Democrat. Wait, I was a Republican. I voted for Bush twice. I think I voted for Reagan. I voted for Clinton once. I voted for Ross Perot. I voted for Obama twice. George Bush twice. I don't remember who. I didn't vote for Trump in 2016 because I was a stupid Green Party person, which Green Party is a waste of fucking time and probably the dumbest fucking party I've ever known in my life. Jill Stein is still throwing up climate change everywhere. Dumb. She can't even say it with a straight face. She can't even fucking say it with a straight. She knows it's bullshit. And when you watch her, she just throws it out every once in a while, just to make these extremely naive greens, just extremely naive. And I've been there. I was there, man. I was naive, and I'm not smart about a lot of stuff, but I'm paying attention, right? And then all of a sudden, and then Biden came again, and now we're being fucked. Like hardcore. This guy is the biggest derelict, demented puppet, perfect puppet. If I was a global predator class bazillionaire, and I needed somebody at the United States to do my bidding, I would pick fucking Joe Biden or whoever the fuck he is. Definitely. Because he's doing a great job of doing their agenda. Taking down the United States, I know this is the tough one for a lot of people when I say it, but this is the truth. This is the truth. Getting rid of about 2/3 of the planet's population and hoarding the rest for myself. Right? I'm a fucking globalist because I don't need your money anymore. I don't need your votes. I've got a lot of money. I can rig elections. All right. I need you. I don't need you to pray. I don't need you to praise me. I don't even need your labor. I don't need you anymore at all. But you're taking up my fucking space, and I need to go out and get more land. See, Bill Gates is jumping the gun. He's jumping the gun. He's trying to get ahead so we can sell all this land to these fucking bazillionaires. They're also building these gigantic, and I'm talking like billion dollar bunkers and prepper type, like the size of like the Harrah's Hotel, like 120 room but bigger, with irrigation and farms and all this crap, and these arcs in a sense, which they might have these giant arcs like set up in the movie 2012. Who fucking knows? But I do know they're building these things. And this is a fact. And it's been more so than ever before. And these rich fuckers are doing it everywhere. Because I think this is what they want to do. Is what I said, that's the end game. Kill 2/3 of the planet and hoard the rest for themselves. End game. And if that doesn't work, and this is the way these fuckers think, and this is the tough part. This is the tough part. Because in their minds, because of their greed and their selfishness, right? Their greed. By the way, Rachel, you're not invited. You're not going to see that Shangri-La bunker. Just letting you know, you're a pawn, and that's all you are, right? And if you think you're going to be reincarnated or cloned or whatever, yeah, good for you. We'll see how that works out. Which people say it actually, anyway. But the selfish thing that I believe that they'll do if they don't get their way is this. If I can't have it, then nobody will. That's why they're making these bunkers, all these rich people. That's why they're starting to create all the bunkers, because they see that mentality in these people. That they are spoiled, rotten, sociopathic, devilish, demonic children. And that's all they are. They're just children. They're just fucked up. And they have to be removed. They have to be imprisoned. We have to take the gasoline can away from these kids. And I'm going to give you a good example. When I was in Canada, I remember me and my brother grabbed some gas and we wanted to burn it. And we grabbed the gas can for the lawnmower, whatever it was, in British Columbia. We were in the basement, and I poured a little gas. I don't know, probably a cup came out of this can for whatever. This big house, 2-story house, big basement. My dad his band used to go downstairs and play in there. But nobody was there. It was early, like Saturday morning or something like that. And I go, Alan, my little brother, I got some matches. Watch this. I threw it in the fucking toilet. Didn't explode completely, but a fucking ball of flame singed my eyebrows and a little bit of front of my hair and part of my brother's face. But nobody got seriously hurt, but that was stupid. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was like, I did all kinds of shit. I can't, the things that I've done in my life, I am just extremely surprised that I'm still here. No, seriously, I'm extremely surprised. I've done a lot of fucking interesting things, but it was for fun. We were playing around, right? But there are kids out there that if I can't have it, then nobody can, and they'll crush the toy, right? Or they'll throw it in the trash, or they'll burn, whatever. And these are these people, and this is my biggest concern. This could be the reason why these other billionaires are building these giant freaking Harris-size bunkers and sanctuaries and shit. Not sanctuary cities. We're talking underground sanctuaries. Who knows, right? But it's just the honesty. It's just driving me crazy. The honesty is fucking driving me crazy. You know? So all I'm saying is don't get excited. 2024 is the precipice. And I've said this for a lot of things in my time, but 2024 is the precipice. You just have to kind of put yourself in these shoes. Let me kind of build it up for you so you understand what I'm saying. I'm a billionaire. No, I'm a hundredaire. And then I'm a $500,000 heir. And then I'm a millionaire. Now I've flown around the world. I've been to Egypt. I've done all kinds of things. And now I'm eating like the best food, the most freshest fish, freshest poultry, freshest meat, freshest everything. I don't eat the fucking bugs. I'm never going to eat the fucking bugs. Right? I eat the most quality food on the planet. Stamped the most quality, like it's every bite could be made of gold. But it's not. It's actually the purest food in the world. And I eat that. And I drink the highest, the best alcohols, you know, Belvedere, and it's probably not the best vodka. You know, Maker's Mark, stuff like that. You know, high end. That's not real high end, but, you know, there's probably better stuff out there. Of course there is. You know. But, you know, and I get the best drugs, too. I get the best hallucinogenic. I get the best mushrooms. I have access to everything I want. I'm now in the billionaire club, and I have prostitutes. I have gigolos. I have everything. And I'm doing this for years. And as a matter of fact, this has been happening in my family for a long time, where we get whatever we want. So things are not exciting me that much. You guys have to understand that they're thinking. And I've seen it. I've been to a Bel Air party, a few, as a matter of fact. I've been to many Beverly Hills parties. I've been to a few, look it up, Newport Coast. I've been to Del Mar parties. And by the way, Bill Gates, the climate change czar, has a $43 million villa 20 yards from the Pacific Ocean at sea level. You know, because the sea's going to rise. He bought that in 2021, by the way. That makes sense, right? He's all about climate change, water's rising, so he goes out and buys a fucking villa. Anyway, and the thing about these people, and this is they've had everything forever in it, and nothing's that exciting, nothing's that good, but they like pulling the strings, they like watching the show, because we're all just a show to them, and they pretty much create the scripts. This is tough for you. You're kind of like, I'm losing you. I'm telling you right now. You're like, what? No, we fucking create. No, you don't. You don't create the scripts. You don't create the fucking show. You don't orchestrate the play. People come up and sell them with this shit. We're talking $1 billion marketing, advertising. You know, look at the Edelman Group. They're all about trust with the global elitists. That's been their motto forever. They try to put these bazillionaires, these elitist shit fucks, in a better light when they know they're shit. They know they're just really messed up fucking sociopaths. And that's where they get to this point to where they're just so rich, nothing's good enough. I mean, they do some, you know, I'm not going to get into, what is that movie with the kids where they scare them, adrenaline, and they use that or something. This is not a joke. This is real. And there's things that they've done that you would never think, never contemplate, even things you would never contemplate even beginning to think about. Not even a speck of light would project something as heinous and as horrific of the things that they've done, just so they can, say, hey man, that's different. These people are really messed up, and they're running everything. They love the chaos, right? When you see the movie Bug's Life, what was the greatest saying in Bug's Life? I got it right here. And hope that it's not at my, of course, I can't find it. But it's the greatest thing I think he ever said was when Chopper came up. And he goes, if one bug stands up to us, they'll all stand up to us. They outnumber us. It's actually 1 million, and right now it would be 1 million. 1 million to 1, or maybe even 100,000 to 1. And it's not about the food. It's about keeping those bugs in line. It's about control. That's and once they find out, then there goes our way of life. And I think maybe I said that all correctly. I'm not sure. But that's the point. Their way of life is more important than any of our lives. Madeleine Albright on public television. Afghanistan, Middle East, conflicts. Back in fucking the 90s. Or the early 2000s. I think it was the early 2000s. 2004 or something. I'm not sure. She's interviewed, and somebody asked her, do you think it's necessary that 500,000 men, women, and children, and we're talking collateral damage type people. We're not talking soldiers. We're just talking people walking on the street, people shopping, people having kids, people, watching cricket or football or rugby or whatever they were doing, right? People tending to their mules or whatever the case may be. Do you think that's okay if we kill them, if they're dead, if they're dying, if they're sacrificed? And she said something to the effect of, and it's just me thinking about it. Collateral damage. She said, nobody's collateral damage. It's necessary. She said it's necessary. For who? She said it's necessary. I'm like, for who? I mean, let's think about that. This is where these people think. This is where their mind is. And people need to understand that they're out there pulling the strings. This is the biggest thing. This is the reason why I go out the World Economic Forum. Because everybody's talking about Bernie Sanders, or you're talking about fucking Cornel West, or you're talking about this skirmish or that skirmish. But it's these elitists. They're controlling everything. Look at that. Look up the movie Payback. It's with James Coburn is in it, which is really good. And it's with Mel Gibson. And he's looking for his $70,000. Some fucking assholes took his $70,000, and he's looking for his $70,000. And he finally gets to the number 3 guy. And he goes, if you go high enough, it always comes down to one man. Everybody thinks it's George Soros. I know it's not Klaus Schwab. But maybe it is. But it's actually a council of people. Right? What's that guy's name? James Rickards did a YouTube. Look it up. He said there's about 200 bankers, global elitists, etc., that created this. Not created, but that are part of it. They make the call. Well, there's probably one guy out of all of them that they're probably really extremely afraid of. And when you think about the threat, when you think about the power, I want you to think about what or who has the military power. What or who has a country behind them, or has influence and resources. Now the CCP, this is getting close. It's kind of like the deep state. They're kind of really their own entity. But they're cutthroat motherfuckers. Everybody's sacrificial to them. Right? Everybody. I don't care who you are. You're so good. In a lot of other countries, you know, the countries that Klaus Schwab was talking about, we've penetrated 3,000 world leaders. That was his words. We've penetrated 3,000 world leaders. I'm fucking talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anyway, we've penetrated the cabinets of about 3,000 world leaders, something like that, right? And that's a lot of fucking power. That's a lot of influence. But when he didn't said I. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Oh, strawberries. I got some strawberries at Aldi's for oh, this one's too cold. Oh, dang. My fridge is kind of, parts of it's weird. My fridge is, parts of it's like freezing and the rest of parts of it aren't. It's the weirdest refrigerator. It's like, it's kind of like West Virginia. Parts of it get cold and some of it can stay really hot. It's strange. Maybe it's like Canada. I don't know. But yeah, that's you know, that's what's happening. Is you have this small amount of people that are controlling major governmental entities, countries, leaders of countries. They coerce them, they blackmail them, they entrap them, they set them up, they coup them, they start wars with them. It's been going on for a while. The only person that right now that I think is they won't touch, that may still be a kind of part of it, I think this is my perspective on this one guy. Right? We know that America's totally compromised. We know that a lot of people in Congress and on the Hill and D.C., etc., are the Democrats and the right piglickens. They're all in on the deep state, Agenda 2030. We know who they are, right? McConnell's, the guy with the patch, Graham, Lindsey Graham, and a few others out there, right? And we know all the fucking Democrats, which are Democrats, are all in with the Agenda 2030. But there's a country out there, and I think this guy. This is my opinion. This is my opinion because it's just by observation, the way he talks, the way he acts. he speaks like he's not given a script. If you watch the Tucker Carlson Putin interview, there was no monitor, there was no script. He was able to answer questions and ask questions and have commentary and a conversation. A very intelligent conversation, in my opinion. Tucker kind of was trying to do a get your moment every once in a while. He seemed a little immature in some ways because I was listening to the conversation going, dude, that's not a question you ask a guy who actually has his own, here's the point, his own finger on the button. Nobody else's finger. There's Vladimir Putin is not owned by anybody. He is the Trump of Russia. Do you understand? Nobody controls him. He has his own power. He has his own convoy of people and supporters. People have fucking fled to Russia to get out of other countries and have gotten sanctuary there and been treated really nicely. Now, I'm not saying Russia's wonderful and beautiful and perfect, because I don't think any country is really. I mean, pick one. Okay, maybe. No, America Samoa is now fucking democratic and they're fucking compromised. Most of them are dying from the fucking Mary, Roger, Nancy, Alpha fucking Kool-Aid. So all the islands will be depopulated soon. Mark my words, I said that. Especially fucking Hawaii. But here's my point about Vladimir Putin. Nobody controls him. But he listens to his people. Right? He doesn't want a big revolution. He doesn't want people to come, he likes to be seen as a guy that, he knows there's plenty of land. And if I gotta show you this picture. This is the problem with fucking Americans, right? Us fucking Americans. Like I'm third person here. It's weird. Okay. The problem here is I'm going to show you a picture of. Oh, you know what I'll do? Let me see if I can go there. Just a second. I think I got this. I'm going to disappear for a second. Nope, it's not there. I wanted to show. I think I got Google Earth there. Hold on. Come on. No, I don't want Google Earth Pro. Do I already have this? I think I've already got Google Earth. Don't I already have Google Earth? Oh, shit. Oh, this is going to take too long. Fuck this shit. Okay. Let's just go back. We'll just look at the Earth map. Images. Alright, so let's look at Russia. We're going to look at this one right here, and this is pretty much going to tell you what you need to understand. Okay? This is what you need to understand. Why these people are so at ease. Let me bring me back here. Hang on a second. Okay, ready? Look at this. Dun dun dun. Greenland is bigger than the United States. Australia and the United States are basically the same size. Africa is pretty fucking big, but it's split up. There's Nigeria, there's Sudan. Look at we're on Haiti. Shit. Right? But Russia, look how big Russia is. Look at that. If only they fucking God, if they just had a fucking few tropical islands, that would be great. That's all I'm saying. Which could possibly happen in the future if we fucking don't get Trump in office. Remember I said that too. All right. So the point here that I'm saying is there's the global pedo-predator class. There's China. And then there's Russia. And then there's Trump. And the reason why I'm bringing up Trump is because Trump is the Putin of America. But he's not. You got to understand. See, you don't want to say that, but you want to say it like he can't be controlled. He wants to make the country great. I think that's great, right? He wants better prices. He wants us to be able to, the greatest Trump hat I've ever seen is make bacon $1.99 again. That's the greatest fucking Trump hat I've ever seen. Right? That's what this guy wants. And I am gonna hope, because that's all we can do. Everybody wants to put their faith in one man. Which is part of my next segment, which is very important for you guys to listen to. Okay? Right? Yeah, you guys are going to associate fucking Putin with Trump, but they're not. They're two different people. Putin has way more respect for Trump. He likes to play with the Democrats. Because by the way, he also has a military industrial complex. By the way, you don't know that? You don't know that? Of course he does. He also has his own big pharma, right? They have their own little thing going on out there. But when it comes down to it, no, they can't influence him. Russia cannot be influenced by us. They sure in the hell are not going to be influenced by Ukraine, which is this tiny little fucking place down over here, right? Which is like the ass end of this country. It's like a piece. It's like Ukraine is a turd coming out of. Look at this. Now picture this. So Russia. Let me get to this. Let me show you this. So these are the legs, right? This is the horse. That looks kind of like a horse or a big bronco bull or something. And here's Ukraine coming out of the ass of Russia. Right down here, if you can see the pointer. Right? Down at the bottom ass. And that's it. But they have their own resources. They're fine. They're fine. The economy in Russia right now is booming. Even though all the sanctions, even with the pipeline that we fucking blew up. We blew it up. We said we were going to blow it up. We bragged about blowing it up, and we blew it up. Right? Along with Poland or maybe somebody else. Probably Germany, because we have a ton of fucking military bases in Germany. Which is very alarming to me. I'm not really kind of big on that. I'm kind of like, I don't really like that. But I think what I'm getting to here is we need our own leader that doesn't have influence from anybody else. I think that's my point here, right? My point here, and I'm going to stick with it, right? My point here is don't get excited, right? Don't get excited because Trump still needs a supermajority to drain the swamp, to do the damage he needs to do against the criminals that allowed Bill Gates, the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, and all these unelected officials dictate policy in our country definitely for the past 3 years, 3.5 years now. Definitely. And this is where we're at. This is kind of what is this thing on right here? Jeez, criminy. Oh, it's on here. But that's kind of where we're at here. What is that? Yeah, see? Russia. I'm just telling you. They've got so much land. They've got They don't need us. They don't need us. They don't need us. China's about the size of us right now. We're kind of like it's either China's going to win or the United States are going to win. By the way, Brazil is huge too, right? Australia has gone totally soft. Australia turned in a bunch of, sorry, but 90% of you turned into a bunch of fucking compliant morons. Well, 70% of us here did. 75%. All right. So what I'm getting to is, let's just say, this is important for you guys to know. So let's just say Trump gets in office, right? Let's just say that Trump gets in, right? There's a little rigging here and there, blah, blah, but he's dubbed the winner in 2024. The black swan thing, they're able to catch it before it happens. Maybe they don't allow. Obvious, it might happen. It definitely might happen. Let's just get that out of the way, right? I'm not saying it won't, because they keep alluding to it, and they probably had a test regarding the internet the other day in regards to it. I'm talking about Instagram and Facebook going down. Maybe that was just a little test to kind of feel how they were going to do it, to take it all down, which they might. Do not think that the Democrats and Republicans won't join forces to stop Trump, which they've been doing this for a long time, right? And I don't want to get into the details of that, but that's basically what's been happening. But here's the thing. If he gets in, right, and when he goes in, is he going to have a supermajority, or is he going to have the majority in the Senate and in the House? If he has the majority in the Senate, in the House, and he's POTUS, then there will not be a Democratic Party anymore. I'm telling you right now. They're going to be exposed for the criminal actions that they've done. I was a Democrat. I was all for them. I give money to the fucking Democrats. I was Obama. Yeah. I was screaming at Republicans all the time. Ask these people on my Facebook. There are people now that go, fucking Jim, you finally get it. No, I did my research. It took me a little while. The problem was my sister was a big influence politically on me, and the one thing she said is you can't. What did she say? She wanted me to vote the way she voted, so I would say, well, who are you voting for? And she would go, because she's like 4 or 5 years older than me, so she was all wise. She's still a fucking principal. She's like a administrator or something of a high school. She's been doing it for like 20 years. She's like the vice principal, right? She pretty much runs the fucking school, honestly. And she's a pretty smart lady, no doubt. But there was something that she said later on about when I was emailing her and stuff. She goes, you need to do your own research when you're looking up this information that you're trying to send me on this, that, and the other thing or whatever. And then I thought about that in politics. And I said, do you do your own, She watched MSNBC, CNN, MSNBC, CNN, PBS, LA Times, New York Times, Associated Press, Reuters, all the fucking global predator class sponsored corporations and entities and spewing bullshit monsters out there, right? That was where she got her information. That was it. So I started looking elsewhere after the Green Party turned out to be just the worst. Just they think tiny, and they would seem like they were made to just be a tiny little, place where you go like you feel like you're doing something, but they never really do shit, and they're not going to, because they're always in the wrong place anyway, and they use the wrong fucking people, and they've been, a great friend of mine, Chad Wilson, ran, and a few other Greens that have just totally dislocated themselves from the Green Party completely, because they've gone ass backwards. They were full support of lockdowns. They were in full support of masks. They were in full support of the fucking mandates. They were in full support of the fucking booster, everything. And they're still in that spot. Losers. Just big time losers. Now, so we speed up, and now here's where I'm at. We're going to give, since nobody's going to go out, like I've been saying, and do a 1 billion man march against the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization and Chatham House and Council on Foreign Relations and trilaterals and all these entities, and open a huge investigation and stop this bullshit and stop the money, get money out of politics, Citizens United, blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants to fucking do that. So everybody's putting their faith in one man. And this one man, from what I'm gathering as I'm doing my research, sister, wonderful, lovely, smart, but not about everything, sister, is that he's actually a pretty decent guy. And the more they kept trying to go after him, as soon as he put his name on a piece of paper and threw it in the hat to run, he was their best friend. Trump used to brush his elbows with the Clintons, with everybody, blah, 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 blah. You know, what billionaire doesn't? Name a fucking billionaire that doesn't hang around with a high elitist type political figure. You guys know anybody? No. They all did. So he did as well, and he had pictures, and everybody else has pictures. But the thing that I'm getting to is that as soon as he decided that he wanted to run, they went after him, tooth and nail. He became their enemy, pretty severely. They'll be cordial to him in public. They'll be decent. They don't want to fucking look like they're total animals. You'll see them shaking hands every once in a while. Hey, good job, bro, but fuck you in the background. Like, fuck you. You're going to try to ruin my fucking trafficking shit I got, you asshole. You're going to try to ruin my money laundering that I got in Ukraine, you asshole, in Israel, you asshole. Which you will. You're going to throw us all in jail for all this crap that we've been through. You're going down too. But, you know, he needs to out Fauci. He really, and this is going to be the hardest thing for him, but if he does this right, and if he says what I believe happened to him, because he got sold by the greatest salesman in the United States of America, and I'm going to tell you who he is. It's not fucking Tony Robbins, even though he's a pretty good salesman. It is fucking Anthony Fauci. And the art of the deal has a section that should be inside of it. Anthony Fauci should have his own section because he sold Trump COVID. He sold Trump the vaccines. He sold Trump, him and Bricks and everybody else that came around him. And we're hearing all the information. Snark. We need a leader that could say ice cream and not yeah, Trump ain't perfect either. He's already screwed up on saying Obama's the president, but he says that in a joking way, because Obama, Clinton, whoever, Trump has mentioned many times that he thinks that Obama is pulling the fucking strings in the background. I think he kind of is, right? But I don't think he's the kingpin. He's just, no. He's always been a good puppet. He's always been a good salesman. Great talker. You know, everybody knows they get the gap. But for now, we have to decide what we're going to do. Because I keep telling revolutionary blackout guys, they go after Trump. I keep telling, Dr. Shiva. I keep telling all, whoever, Anomaly, all these people, and Brian from, where the heck is his show is, Political Hangout, or, whatever. There's so many shows that they're trashing Trump, and they're trashing Biden, and they're trashing voting, and they're trashing the system. They're trashing everything. Look, I get it. I get it. The system is at the pinnacle of its very worst right now. I get it. I get it. It's bad. It's the most corrupt I think we've ever seen. When you are able to put departments that are supposed to be protecting parents and children, those departments are attacking parents and children. They're supporting grooming, trafficking. They're supporting the most heinous and sickening fucking things that could ever happen to the nuclear family. And they're supporting. This is how bad it's gotten. Right? Yeah, I know your kids are all grown, but I'm telling you, there are kids out there that are missing. Right? There are about 100,000 that have came through that border that they don't. And the number's probably much bigger than that. They're just not fucking telling you. That are coming through that border. They come from like Honduras all the way through Mexico. They were flown in, and all of a sudden here. I got to show this because this is just fucking crazy. All right, I'm going to show you this TikTok. I'm going to go back to favorites. Yeah, I'm going back to favorites. All right, this guy kind of tells you what's going on.
So authorities need to pay each of these addresses a visit and see what's up. 5 unaccompanied minors were found within a group of 60 illegal immigrants crossing the Rio. Each of them, ages 5 to 11. They traveled from Guatemala, Honduras. They had with them, each of them, a piece of paper with specific addresses. Some New York, some Texas. These children did not travel from Guatemala. They did not travel from Honduras on their own. They were brought to that border. Somebody brought them there. What should be done is finding out who or what awaited these children at those addresses. But nothing's going to happen. How do I know that? 85,000 children and counting have gone missing at that border. Oh, we knew about this number, what, a year ago?
Yeah, it's way
and
worse.
we are still waiting for answers on where these children are. A recent Health and Human Services report found unaccompanied migrant children are being released into unsafe situations. No shit. Really? Like human trafficking, and as many as 85,000 children are unaccounted for. Something has to be done about this open southern border, not simply for the undocumented illegal entry of mostly military-aged men. Not only for the drug dealers, not only for the criminals, but because of the children. Human trafficking is a serious plague on our world. That open border is ripe for it. And our current border policy is facilitating this bullshit. And it has to end. So authorities...
Yeah, I really want, and I've been bringing this up as well for forever, right? It just, imagine, I always say, just try the shoes on, right? Like let's just bring up an example. Just put the shoes on your own foot. Put that man's shoes on your foot. Put that family's now. There are some people out there that would sell their children. I fucking have heard of it, seen it. It's real. Right? Some of these countries squeeze out 10, 12, 15 kids and they'll just whatever. They don't give a fuck. And maybe those are the ones. And I know as heinous and as fucking evil and disgusting that sounds, it's real. And then some of them get picked up. Some get taken. But this is right. I think right now the true number is a little over 100,000. 100,000. Who knows where they're at? We don't know. We don't know. This. We know that there'd been a problem with this in the hundreds, maybe just very small in the hundreds, and it really never happened. But it was in the hundreds, I believe, every year before 2021. Now we're in the hundreds, probably hundreds of thousands. But how is that not the most important thing to be fucking concentrating on that you should... I hear the Democrats always talking about abortion, and healthcare. Protect the kids after they're born. Protect the kids after they're born. Right? What about these kids? Yeah. What about these kids? Anyway. The guy needs a supermajority. Okay? We need to stop this border bullshit. We don't need faster processing. We just need to stop it all the way through. Send them back wherever they're from. That's it. Deportate. I don't need my water filtration system around the corner being poisoned. I don't need my fucking gas lines chopped. I don't need freaking stores being raided and people being murdered, and I don't need a fucking Red Dawn. Okay? We don't. My phone's going off. Why do I have it set for fucking 10 o'clock? I don't know. But that's going to give me the cue to go. Can you hear it in the background? It's like I care. What's weird is I care about the kids, man. I care about my grandchildren. I care about my kid. When my kids are when they're with me, they can get hurt. I'm okay with that. But they're not going to do it else if I'm not there. I don't know if you understand that. Because I will push them for them to be stronger, better, faster, quicker, most of all smarter. And I will make sure that they will test their limits. Most of my kids don't even know they did this when they were kids with me. My oldest son called me the other day, just out of nowhere. I think I talked to this yesterday, the day before. Just out of nowhere. Hey, Dad, how you doing? I'm going, you okay? You need one? No, he just called me. Because he remembers the stuff I used to do with him, and he understands why now. Right? You have to guide. There's always guidance. I don't care how old you are. I still listen to my mom, for God's sakes. I listen to people that are older than me. There's a guy that's older than me. He's 72. He's a fucking smart motherfucker. Not going to say his name, but he's fucking awesome. And I listen to his words because I respect his knowledge. Right? He doesn't know everything, and nobody really does. But some of the stuff that he says and does, and especially at work and other things, are just brilliant. And even the younger people are teaching me stuff. If you're, like my grandfather always said, if you're not fucking learning, you're dead. And our minds are made for this. Your mind is made to it's endless. It can store more information in 100 lifetimes. You're never going to run out of space. It might fall away. You might have to bring it back. You might have to, whatever the filing system is, you're just not going to run out of space. It's amazing. This freaking stuff is amazing. It's an amazing machine. I'm very blessed, very fortunate to have it. Friends, family, everything around me. I'm just everything. There are some people, though. They're just growing up. They don't get it yet. But they will. They'll understand when they get older. They just don't get it yet. What are you talking about? I don't get it. I know everything now. He'll get it one day. Don't worry. Right? And sometimes you have to have tolerance, patience, understanding, communication. Communication is the key to our evolution. The more we can communicate with each other, with honesty, like I've been taught, like the most important thing, honesty, right? The more we can grow as a species, and we will find some things that we probably never knew really existed inside our cranium, right? Anyway, thank you for listening. This is James with Montauk. Yeah, get this guy a supermajority and see what he does. I'm talking about Trump. Everybody out there, and I'm going to start pushing this in my show all the time. First thing I'm going to say, anybody for Trump, make sure you know that the people that are running in the states for Senate, in the federal positions of Senate or House of Representatives, make sure you get him Trump supporting Republicans, Trump supporting independents, Trump supporting people that are going to be in those positions to give him the supermajority votes. Do you understand? Please say it. Yes, I do. Yeah. Okay, good. Anyway, aloha. Thank you for being here. Look, if you guys ever want to come on, just say come on. I mean, that's all you got to do. But you know me. Aloha, guys. Thanks.